Manny and other Vegas streamers and how they just weren't making the spot cool.
You're not allowed to stream here no more. Yeah, bro.
I don't think this love for me. I don't think you doing for me.
YouTube beef ends in a killing live on stream. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
So what if I told you that was over YouTube beef? So first and foremost, rest in peace to YouTuber.
Dude, that's so ass. Obviously, those little like elastic band ass sounds were the gunshots. That's so dog ass, man.
Finny Da Legend and his wife, they were on a Las Vegas trip, and I know we're gonna have to blur and edit a lot of that out, but I think a lot of people can come to the conclusion that while walking on the strip, they were approached by other YouTuber City Manny and were open fired on. Like their lives were ultimately ended in that very specific moment. City Manny, City Man, whatever you want to call him, open fired on another YouTuber because of YouTube beef and ended up ending the lives of him and his wife. Now you're probably wondering, how the hell did somebody get here? Well, back in 2023, Manny pepper sprayed Finny's wife, his literal wife, in a real life.
What? If anybody pepper sprayed my wife in that very moment, I'm probably going to do something to them. There's no reason that my wife would be subject to being pepper sprayed because she will not go at somebody's throat. But we're gonna find out.
Confrontation. I'm not gonna lie. If you pepper spray my wife, I gotta beat your ass.
Exactly.
The other problem that we
exactly. Me and him are on the same wavelength.
Is the whole conversation about streaming territory, which they act like this is a gang. These two grown men acting like children is the most impressive thing in the world. But they were trying to figure out who claimed the Vegas streets, who could do live streaming in Vegas and who couldn't. You know, hey, you got to check in with me. Just other typical grown man shit. So
there's no way this. Okay, first of all, this isn't typical grown man. Checking in is something that is related to rappers most of the time. That doesn't happen with live streams. What the fuck are we talking about? What? Since when do we claim live streaming spots? Live streaming territories? That doesn't, I've never heard of this bullshit.
So naturally, Finny responded by making live streams where he hosted other Vegas live streamers where they told their testimony about people like Manny and other Vegas streamers and how they just weren't making the spot cool or, you know, welcome to be around. And this caused Finny to...
Yeah, bro, you making Las Vegas look bad. Yeah, bro, you're not allowed to stream here no more. Yeah, bro. What the what are we talking about?
To get really popular, and he started stealing some of that money from Manny and other Vegas streamers and how they just weren't making the spot cool or, you know, welcome to be around. And this caused Finny to get really popular, and he started stealing some of that money from people who were looking for other Vegas streamers, and they started donating and doing all these other things for, you know, the guy that was Manny's arch enemy. So it seemed like his turf, Manny's turf, got claimed by Finny. Now mind you, these are two 30-plus-year-old men, and the backstory goes that they've had a long and outstanding beef. Just a couple of days ago, Finny dropped a 5-hour video where he just mocked Manny and his wife to the utmost extent. I mean, it was very extreme. And this is probably one of the reasons why, you know, there was a triggering and then another triggering.
You're pushing 35 years old making a 5-hour video on another grown ass man? Bro, your priorities are fucking shot. Whole what?
Who leaves the house looking like that? Like, what about leaving the house like that makes you like feel like that's tight? Like when he left and he put that makeup on as a guy, and then he put the hat on with the fake outfit. Like, what about that? Like, what do you think he said? Like, do you think he was like, man, I look hard tonight? Like, what is his goal? I don't get it.
Yeah, but if he wants to do that, then just let him do that. Obviously, he's a streamer. He's just trying to find any way to make himself look different than any other streamer online. It's typically how you get clicked on and watched. 5 hours is crazy.
What's his goal? Does he want to look like a clown? Does he want to look like a... What's his goal?
His goal is to be zesty as hell, fool.
Look at how her back going. Is that Machete's woman? Like,
yeah, you whooping the out of Machete.
So we're flaming the wife too? This is over streaming territory, bro?
Now, the beef does not stop there. These guys were actively striking each other's channels, you know, getting up to 2 strikes, where if you get that 3rd strike on YouTube, you know, your channel can be strucken down. But they were actively taking action upon each other as well before the beef happened, using the copyright system of YouTube.
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke, but
I understand that this man was gunned down, so it's like it means something. Like, this isn't something that should be taken lightly. But 5 hours, dude? You sat there on camera and flamed this dude for 5 hours? That doesn't mean that he should have gunned him down by any means, but like, what was your objective? Just doing more beef? If you guys are already copy striking each other to hell, like, both your channels are gonna be gone.
mental illness is real. And we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it, that's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. But I don't think I can take his channel from him, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man. And he's so close, man.
Wow. Wow.
You know what the first thing
Yo, you are pushing 35 talking about another grown man like this. I know I keep on repeating it. I'm sorry for anybody who's watching it and is getting tight, but like, this is a type of conversation that you would expect from like a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, somebody who isn't fully developed. Their frontal cortex hasn't fully developed. Oh my God, this is so...
I asked you, did you give him a strike?
Yeah.
That, nigga, you swing, you swing at me, we swinging back twice.
I'm not saying that anybody deserved what happened to them, but the foreshadowing is very eerie just a day after he was removed from this earth, making fun of the guy and saying that he would ultimately end his life and all that stuff like that. I've had my own issues with the copyright strike system with different channels, and we've seen how those have played out with the likes of Fresh and Fit when they went on their mass copyright strike situation. But I can guarantee you, I don't think anybody would ever think that it could bubble over into something like this. Like, this is a very big and bad situation where people ultimately lost their lives, and now the person who is on record showing that he is chasing this person, which we'll get into in a second, is out on the run from the authorities based off of YouTube channel beef. Now, I do think that there is some sort of mental illness component.
Wait, he didn't get caught? It was right there on the strip. How did he not get caught?
Play here. I mean, all this stuff is not only televised, but Manny is actually on video talking about how he's looking for this person one day before the actual incident happening. And if you watch this video and take away what I watched this video, we could probably conclude that there's a bunch of mental illness going on that people need to address in real life.
I'm out here searching for my baby. I went through every fucking casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in fucking town. I was dying to see him. I'm fucking dying to see him. What are we doing, field bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll fucking be there. I'll fucking be there. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You fucking think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told, right?
If I went online and I saw somebody talking about me in this manner, you're not gonna see me, okay? And you could call me a bitch. You could call me a wussy. You could even say I'm a pussy. I don't care. You could just tell that this man is on a mission. If he's gone through every casino, if he's driving around Las Vegas looking for you, he's on a mission. There's a little bit of mental illness going on here, but then again, he was just spoken about crazy publicly. This whole territory shit is very dumb to me. That's a really idiotic part of the situation to me.
Somebody should have sent me my invite.
No, that's a maniacal ass laugh.
Yeah, that's a clear sign, if there's no other, that this person needed some sort of help. I've since gone on YouTube to try to find these channels with these videos to see if there's any comments, updates, or whatever the case may be. And it seems that YouTube has totally scrubbed or deleted not only the videos, but the channels themselves from the YouTube platform.
Of course they did. Why would they not? This is not something that they want to publicize. I promise you that.
Which I think is a good deal. I could only imagine the type of stuff that's going on, and we don't want this person who is this far off the edge to be, you know, antagonized by any commenters or any other people reacting or doing anything else like this, because it's clear that he's unstable. Like, I don't think that there's very much any question about that. It's clear that he's unstable.
I hope Manny get life in prison for premeditated murder, but it's not just his fault. It's his wife's fault. It's his friends and all them other dudes that was in his YouTube videos listening to him say he want to unalive you. egging them on. They saying stuff too. Asking.
Wait. Inside of the live stream comments, they were saying this stuff and moderation didn't catch it at all. I feel like YouTube has some type of moderation to the point where it'll cut those type of messages off if you're threatening to harm somebody else's life. I could be entirely wrong, but that's crazy. And it does have something to do with his wife. It does have something to do with those commenters, but ultimately at the end of the day, he's the one who pulled the trigger. Even on that night, I guess since City Manny was also live streaming, but like his wife was holding the camera and she walked past them. And once she heard the gunfire ring off, she just kept on like walking down the street. She might have known what was about to happen, but did she lean into it? Maybe not. If she did lean into it, then yeah, she's at fault and she needs to be arrested as well.
Egging them on. They saying stuff too. Asking if you want to be buried alive or cremated. He talking about he want to chop you up, send you to your mom. That's how he was getting those strikes you was giving him. You even said, oh man, I don't want to give him another strike on his account. He lose his account, he might off himself because he crazy. You knew someone right with him. You still took him as a joke. You wasn't afraid of him. And it's okay, you didn't have to be afraid of him, but you also did not have to tell that man you was coming to Las Vegas. That man got in his car and was driving around in the daytime telling you he was looking for you. He was gonna be wherever you was at.
Yeah, that's another thing, bro. In daytime is insane because he had no care for whatever would happen to him.
He was asking where you was gonna be at and asking you to drop your location. And you went live on the strip, knowing this man is obsessed with you, knowing this man wasn't mentally right. And I feel like y'all was looking for a viral moment, but he was already defeated. He wasn't there to play games. And I just want to say, at y'all age, this showed a lot of immaturity and ignorance.
And I'm not saying this to justify, you know, the actions that Manny took on Finn, but at the end of the day, this is a reason in the testament as to why you don't play with people's bags. People are so attached to this online thing, this thing on the phone or this thing on the computer screen, that it could be the breaking point for them. And not saying that anybody should have lost their life because of this, but the reality is that you never know what anybody's dealing with. Like, the internet is a place for lonely people or people that need help to find their voice. So behind that internet, behind that loneliness, behind all that, there is a person that is actually suffering beyond the keyboards. You know, it's bigger than just the uploads. It's bigger than the likes. It's bigger than the comments. It's bigger than the views. This is a person with feelings, with emotions, with all those things. And I don't know how he couldn't see, but it's as clear as day that this man was mentally ill to some capacity. This is not somebody I would have tried. Now, again, him and his wife did not deserve this at all, but I think that this should just be a warning sign for a bunch of people, especially if you're not cool with each other. This stuff is not content. Antagonizing and the internet beefs are not content.
And that's the problem with the internet nowadays, is that everybody considers, you know, internet beef to be content, but at the end of the day, a situation like this could happen to any single content creator. Even if it's with a random person on the street, if you go on vacation, you're just having a good time, somebody sees you and you said something crazy to them as they're just a chatter behind the keyboard, they know what you look like. You don't know what they look like. They could pull out something and do something to you. They could come up to you, do something to you. You have to be very careful when you're on the internet. It's not good.
You know, this IRL stuff is not, you know, content that, to the extent that they're doing. I will say that it's also reported that YouTube did not immediately take down the VOD from this video, which is insane to me. I mean, this was live streamed on your platform, and we've seen how some of these platforms have handled these sensitive topic matters or subjects before in the past, but they've ultimately got to do a better job. I don't know what the review process is or is like or whatever, or who's actively watching these things, but seeing two people get slain on YouTube and the VOD existing for another couple of hours or whatever it is, it's just, that's a very tough pill to swallow, especially for those that are close to, you know, these people in question. There's not too much to really say here. You know, rest in peace to Finny Da Legend, rest in peace to his wife. City Manny, please get some sort of help. Like, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do.
I also agree. Rest in peace to the two people that were slain on the street. But he's saying, get some help, Manny. Manny ain't getting no help. He's going to jail for life. I think Nevada has the death penalty. So he's not even going to jail for life. He's going to die in jail. What are we talking about? Ain't no help, bro. Ain't no help. He got to be locked up. He got to be locked up. That's the least that needs to happen to him.
Begging and pleading of you to get some sort of help. Take mental health seriously and do not antagonize people on the internet.
W Video Omezi as as always, yeah, bro, if you feel like you can't be on the internet because of your mental health, or you feel like you're just crashing out, or if people are telling you that you're crashing out, you probably gotta take a little bit of a social media break. No bullshit. Remember, there's a lot of people trying to be content creators and live streamers. Just because they are in your area does not mean that you have the right to claim it as territory. This world is not yours. It's yours in the sense that you run your own world, but you cannot control other people. With all that being said, rest in peace to the two that were killed. Let me know how you feel about this inside of the comments, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Take care.
I don't think this love for me. I don't think you the one for me. I don't think you see me when you fucking up all in your dreams. I don't think you got trust for me. Just ain't what I